Check, 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 check. Are we live? We're live. There we go. Check, check, check. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay. It is a Saturday afternoon, and we are live today. So, different day, different time, spur of the moment. Not really spur of the moment. I told y'all I was going to try to go live this Saturday afternoon because I've been sick I've been sick for 2 weeks. And honestly, this is the best that I have sounded and felt in a long time. So I apologize to my audience and to my peoples for being absent. But your girl was sick, really down and out. And I'm not 100%, 100% yet, but I'm getting, I'm getting there. So if I have to, stop and clear my throat, or if I sound a little stuffy, it is what it is, y'all. So, anyone that can join, I don't expect a bunch of people to turn out today. It's a Saturday afternoon. People have things going on. It's not my usual day, but I'm still going to get my points out, my points across, and hopefully everybody else who doesn't join today can watch the replay and participate that way. But I do see Groovy is here. Hey, Groovy. Thank you for always being here for your girl. I appreciate it. I really do. And everyone else, whoever joins, will pop in when they pop in. Today, I mean, it's been so much, right? WNBA, like literally, I had a show with my homeboy Rob, and I never want to mispronounce his last name, but he has a media company, Podium Finish, where he reports mainly on NASCAR, but he also started covering the WNBA, I believe, last year, and so he's an insider with Dallas and with Connecticut Sun. And so I had him on. We talked about some stuff. There. And then I got sick immediately after that. The W started the next day. I had a little tickle in my throat like I do now. After the Indiana-Chicago game, I went live from my living room. We talked about it. I told y'all there I got stuffy, and then it just went downhill from there. So I've missed talking to you guys about the W. We've missed some games. I mean, there are teams that are 6 games in right now. My Chicago Sky, we are 5 games in. I think that's let me see, 6, 5, 7. Yeah, we've played the smallest amount of games. And here's another thing. Do y'all realize Chicago plays today, and then we don't play again until next Saturday? And guess who we play? It's Indiana. I don't know what it is with our schedule. I don't know if that means we about to get hit hard near the end of the season, or before spring break, All-Star break, or after All-Star break. I don't know, but our schedule is kind of crazy. We have teams that are probably will be hitting 10 games, and we'll just be getting our 7th game in, or 6th game. That's a little, I don't know who did the scheduling, but we played our first game. Our first couple games had a big break, played a group of games, and now we're about to take another long break. I don't know how good that is for a team that is trying to, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing for a team that's trying to find their way, because you need to play more teams to get your reps up as a team to play against these players, and not just your practice players, or not just, I mean, yeah, you do want to work on film. You do want to do some individual work, but you also need to get time in to play your actual competition so that you can learn and grow from whatever it is the outcome of that game. And I think Chicago, I don't know what's going on, but they're not getting that opportunity. Like literally, we played today, and 7 days later is when we will get to play again, and that'll be a team that we played before in Indiana. Um, but I'm going to bring up the standings just so everyone knows where every team is and what's been going on, because there's no way for me to cover everything that I've missed these past couple of weeks. So we're going to look at the standings. Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy's in the house. What's going on? How are you? We're going to look at the standings and just go from there because, like I said, there's no way for me to be able to cover everything that we've missed or that I've missed. And I've watched these games. I just haven't been able to talk to you guys about it. So let's look at the standings real quick. I guess that's a better way to see it. Okay, so as we can see right now, the number one team, and I wish I had wrote down my rankings because I honestly don't remember what I did, like the preseason rankings. I think I did have New York as my number one. I did have Minnesota as my number two. I had the Aces as my number three. I believe I had Seattle as four. I had Indiana as five. I had Chicago as six. I think I had LA at seven. I might have had Dallas at eight. And I thought the bottom three teams would be Connecticut, Golden State, and Washington. I wasn't really sure about Washington. I think that was one of the teams that maybe had eight or something. I couldn't remember where I put them. But as we see right now, number one team, undefeated, tied with the other number one team, undefeated, is New York and Minnesota. I don't think that's any shock to anybody. They started the season how they ended it. 6-0 is what the season is so far. They have not won a game. No one has been able to beat them. I can't wait until they have to play each other because somebody's going to lose. Somebody's going to lose. I'm going to put my money on New York to win that, and I think New York is going to be undefeated for a minute. Then we have Atlanta. Atlanta, that's who I had Atlanta teetering between making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. Atlanta is a team that has very much, I want to say surprised, but you never know, right? You never know when you get a new coach. Obviously, is what is happening with some of my team, with one of my teams. You never know when you get a new coach and you get some personnel changes, what really is going to go down. Like, how are they going to respond to that? But Atlanta has been doing great. I mean, you got Alicia Gray playing out of her mind. You got Ryan Howard finding her stride. You got Bree Jones that came over from Connecticut, who is like, she's doing great. You got BG in there. Pow Pow was finding her little groove in the beginning. She got poked in the eye, so she hasn't been in the starting lineup. But they have been doing well. 7 games in, they're 5-2. So they're the number 3 team. Phoenix Mercury, that is one of the biggest surprises. Again, with so many people leaving Phoenix, you got the addition of Satu, you got the addition of AT, you got AT, who was playing the point guard, who is not the traditional, she's a 4, right? So that's not a traditional position for her, but she's doing well in that position. AT already does so much to facilitate the offense on her teams, whether she's playing the 4 or at the 1. She was the triple double queen. Years prior, I think she still holds the record for the most triple doubles. She has the record for the most double doubles. She's going to get some assists. She's going to get some points. She's going to get some rebounds. And so the coach at Phoenix said, we're going to have AT doing everything. And that's exactly what they had going on. And I was like, I don't think that's going to work. We'll see what happens. Then Kalia Copper gets hurt. And I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. And look, 4-2. Now we're very early. We're very early. This is like 5 minutes into the first quarter of the game. Like we're just getting started. We don't really know what the end is going to look like, but as of right now, Phoenix is looking good, 4-2. Then you have number 5, Aces. Not where I expected them to be. They're 3-2. They've only won one. And by the way, Atlanta Dream is on a 4-game win streak. Phoenix Mercury lost their last one, and Aces won their last one. They just played Sparks. But Vegas is 3-2. Again, not somewhere where I thought they would be. They got shell shocked by Seattle. And frankly, like, you know, it's early. Again, it's early. They are very, like, I just need them to hit on all cylinders. And I think when they do, that's when they play their best basketball. They looked great last night against the Sparks. Asia Asia did what Asia does. At first I thought it was going to be a light night because she was scoring, but she wasn't scoring as much. But because the game was kind of going up and down, not necessarily like out of control, she stayed in the game a very long time. And by the end of it, that's when she had her, she ended up with 30, 35 or 32 points, something like that. But she was all over the place. Points, rebounds, steals, blocks, assists. Like she's full coverage on that floor, doing any and everything. And Jackie was on, and Chelsea was hitting shots, and it was Tiffany Mitchell. Is that her name? Because I get the Kelsey Mitchell, Tiffany Mitchell, who is Asia's old South Carolina teammate. Happy to see her back on the floor. By the way, if you haven't heard the story about Tiffany Mitchell and why she didn't play last season, well, she started the season, but she didn't finish last season. She got really sick getting surgery done, and she became septic, which you usually don't come back from that. It usually means that you're about to, it's over for you. And she was able to come back from that, and the fact that she's playing basketball is a miracle in itself. So really good story. I know they did a feature story of her on Ion this past Friday, if you guys happen to watch that. Hold on one second. Sorry, every once in a while I gotta cough that stuff up. Anyway, I got some other people in here real quick. Jeremy says lose links, head on his head, Indiana. Ghost is here. Ghost says as the future misses Alicia Gray. I really appreciate you dapping up my girl. His name is Nate Tibbs. I know who he is. I was going to call him Girl Dad because that's what they call him, but I didn't want to call him that. Ghost also says Aces are donezo. You should switch loyalties. But you always want me to switch teams. I'm not doing it. I'm Aces and I'm Sky. Not doing it. Ghost says the Aces are cook. SC Bread says, hey Book, or hey J Book. Aces don't have a bench. Repeating myself. Okay. Eagles Brothers in the house. Hey, Eagles Brothers. He says, what up? The game against the ATL last night got me mad, but it's early. I'm going to the Seattle Storm versus Aces game tomorrow. I have never seen Asia live, so I look forward to her coming up here. Man, if you've never seen Asia Wilson play live, It's like nothing else you've seen. Like I didn't I didn't fully grasp it until I saw her up close and personal when I went to Chicago to watch them play the Aces play Chicago Sky, and it is like it's very confusing for the audience because Asia is the best player in the world. She's on the floor. She has so many fans, but she's playing against your team, right? And so even though I like Sky and Aces, I was in the Sky place. Like I was in Wintrust. And it was so many fans around. It's just like, wow, we're watching Asia Wilson play, but she is whooping us right now. Like we don't know whether we want to cheer or be mad. Like you can't really be mad because it's Asia. Like of course she's gonna, if she gets hot, ain't nothing you can do about it. But it's beautiful to see up close. Like she's amazing. Ghost says somebody can Brink someday. Can Brink gonna give Asia that work? We'll see. We'll see. Enjoy it while it lasts, book. Aces in free fall. Okay. Damn glad Tiffany is alive. And Ghost says, enjoy the game, Eagles brother. All right, getting back to the standing. So Vegas, yes. Vegas is 3-2. Ghost wants me to give up on them. I think you've been watching me long enough, Ghost, to know that I don't just give up on my teams. But you love to troll me, so I expect that from you. The Seattle Storm. Seattle Storm is pretty much in the middle. They're the only 500 team right now, 3-3. They started off very hot. They did lose their they lost 2 in a row. I watched a little bit of that game last night, or when did they play? Was it last night? Timeout. Can we talk about the schedules real quick? Because I can't keep up. There'll be like 2 games at 6, or like I'm talking about my time. 2 games at 6, 1 game at 7, and 3 games at 9. Or 1 game at 7, two at 8, and then 2 at 9. It's like I can't. It's very hard for me to keep up, and I can't stay up all night trying to watch. First, I can't watch 3 games at one time. So if I watch, say, the Aces last night at 9 o'clock, there's 2 other games that happened last night that I had to like watch through bits and pieces. I didn't get to catch everything. I did see the end of Seattle though. They played Atlanta, right? That was a good game. It was coming down to the wire, but like I just said, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, it was a bit much. It was too much for them. Once a couple of their shots wasn't falling for Seattle, Atlanta was taking advantage of that, and it was a wrap near the end. But who's next? So Seattle got Dominique Malonga there. I've seen her play some minutes. I haven't seen her play a bunch, but I haven't been able to watch like specifically Seattle Storm since, A, I've been sick, and B, it's been so many games on at the same time. It's been hard to catch. Um Washington, then number 7, a number 7 team. Washington, the first team that's under 500. The rest of these teams are under 500. Washington Mystics, they started off hot. I think they started off 2-0. Not something I expected from the Washington Mystics, who had such a hard time last season. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Washington started the season last year 0 and was it like 0-20 or something? 0-21. I can't really remember. I think I'm right though. I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but I think I'm right about that. That they did not. It was between them and Dallas, and well, no, because Dallas won their game against Chicago the first time, and then they started losing. Yeah, so it was Washington. I think it was LA maybe that was having the issue. But Washington having that start last season and then to see them this season, not only were they missing Shakira Austin. They were missing Aaliyah Edwards. So they had to start with their two rookies in Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen. Um, Sonia, y'all already know I know what she can do. I'm a Notre Dame girl. That's one of my teams that I watch in college. I already knew what she was capable of. I didn't know that her and Kiki would play the way that they played together, mixed in with Big Mama Steph, mixed in with Brittany Sykes. Like, I didn't expect them to do what they were doing at all. I ain't even gonna lie. I did not expect that to happen. I don't know a lot about Sydney Johnson, who was an assistant coach for Chicago. Maybe Sydney should have been our main coach. I don't know. I didn't know much about him with our success last season. I was like, I don't know about these coaches if they're going to give him this head coach job. But they've been successful. Now they are 3-4 now, but for them to have started the way that they started, and for them to be starting the way that they're starting this season, that that's actually a big change, a big improvement over what they've been doing, and the potential there is so good. I mean, Brittany Sykes has come playing with a different level of just intensity. She's healthy, but I mean, if you see these players coming from Unrivaled, the league that everybody said was a fake league, and not everybody, I'm being exaggerating, but they said it was a fake league, and it's not good for nothing, and it's not going to produce anything. I mean, I don't know if y'all see Aaliyah Boston going off. I don't know if y'all see Brittany Sykes going off. I don't know if y'all see Tosh Cloud going off. I don't know if y'all see these players that's been Alicia Gray going off, Ryan Howard going off. Angel struggling up and down a little bit. She's trying to find her way. We're going to talk about that later. But the majority of these players, Chelsea Gray, are really they are doing wonders for their teams. And I mean, I'm shout out to that they are some unrivaled players that are doing that. So Washington is that's a team. That's a team that I said would be like my sleeper team because I just didn't know how it would go. They also lost Georgia Amore, so I wasn't sure of, I don't know enough about the team to be like, yeah, they could weather those storms. But I mean, they're doing great so far. Then you got the Golden State Valks, another surprise. Golden State is number 8. I had Golden State ranked number 12 just because I didn't know about the makeup of the team. It didn't seem like we didn't know what Natalie was going to look like as a coach. People were upset with them because of the people that they cut, and they just didn't feel like Natalie could be successful with the people that she had on this team. She cut LA. She cut that girl, Caitlin Chin. She cut Sellers. You just didn't know. But again, another hot start. We're very early, but another hot start for the Valks. And they're 2-3. Not the best record, but they're number 8. Like I didn't expect that from them. They have been holding to teams. Like they've been holding their own to these teams. And so I mean it's all I can do is sit back and watch at this point. Like I'm just like, wow. Like not a bunch of like my early predictions are coming true as far as like who I thought would struggle, who I thought wouldn't struggle and stuff like that. Like again, I also did say it was too much newness in this league for me to like really pinpoint that I was just gonna enjoy the game, and that's what I'm doing. But man, Washington and Golden State were surprise teams for me. Then you have Indiana. Indiana, although they are number 9 now, they are 33%. They are 2-4. It's early. This doesn't really indicate like Indiana was another team that came out hot. They did come out hot. Put everybody on notice. Like I said, Aaliyah Boston has been playing crazy. You mix that with the play of CC. That's just a good combination. That two-man game has been working for them. And then you add in Kelsey Mitchell. Um, who else is on that team? Natasha Howard on that team, right? Um, you got Dewana Bonner. They added Bree Turner. They added Sophie Cunningham. They added Sid Colson. Um, got a new coach in Stephanie White. And so they came out blazing. They did their first two games, but I mean, now they're 2-4. They don't have Caitlin right now. She went out with a quad injury. And since she's been out, they lost their last two games. But they're 2-4. So they lost two games with her and two games without her. They're on a streak of losing three in a row. But I think when she comes back, they'll get it together and they'll move up. I don't know necessarily how they I don't really know how they would match up like a full series with like a New York or a Minnesota. And then we don't know what other teams might, get the spark and become one of the top teams. We'll see. But right now, they are ranked number 9. Right under them, you have LA. The LA Sparks got my girl KP on the team. And she's been a good addition to the team. They had an okay start, but they're kind of up and down, still trying to find their way. They've lost 2 in a row. They are 2-5. And they did play the Aces, like I said, last night. Very exciting game. I was looking forward to it. I thought KP would go off and be crazy. She didn't. She had a quiet game. It was effective, but not as explosive as it was when wait a minute, did Chicago play? Who did we play so far? Because I'm trying to think. It was a team. KP was just doing whatever. I think it was against us. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was against Chicago, where she was just throwing up threes just because, the same way Arike was the other night against us. Let me see. Yeah. That was a yeah, she was just throwing up threes left and right, just doing whatever she wanted to do against our team. And so I thought it would be a better showing against Vegas more than it was, but I'm happy my team won. I'm happy Vegas pulled out a win, but you don't have Cam, you don't have Ray, you don't have Rakia. So some of the relief they might have needed, they just didn't have against a team like Vegas. So 2-5, lost 2 in a row. Then right under that, you have my team, Chicago Sky. Again, that is not where I thought they would be. I thought they had a strong showing in preseason just with the fundamentals. But as we see, we have struggled during this beginning of the season. But I have all the faith that we're going to get it together and we're going to end up being one of those mid. I think they'll end up being where I said they would be 6 maybe if they can get it together. Eagles Brothers says these schedules are so confusing. Also, how are you going to have Lloyd versus her former team twice and not one of those games are nationally televised? Well, on the national televised thing, unless you're in Indiana, you're not getting on TV time. So they're not gonna do that. You just have to watch it on the league pass, and that's it. Because I'm not watching Indiana games, so I don't really watch a lot on regular on like TV. Ion will have some games on Fridays that they mix it up, but like your ESPNs and your ABCs and NBA TV and stuff like that, I think they're mainly carrying like the 41 Indiana game. So I just watch. I have it on my YouTube TV, so I just watch my league pass. Jonathan says, "Hey, J Spot, what's going on, Jonathan?" Sorry. So Chicago, 1-4. We're at 200. We won our last one. Um, we gotta find our way. It's just that. It was like I was saying before on another live. We were doing so well. Everybody was doing their job, and then as soon as the season started, it seemed like no one knew what to do. The guards weren't getting their shots like normal. They're not making their shots. They're making all these turnovers. Angel and Camilla kind of just running back, setting screens and doing whatever, and it just didn't seem cohesive. Like we had little sparks of good things, but it hasn't been great. But this last game, even when they played Phoenix, they showed promise in Phoenix, and then Dallas, it kind of came together where they're actually hitting their shots. I think there are some rotations that would work out better for us than some of the ones we're using now. I think having HVL be healthy is going to help us. I would like to see Maddie Westbelt come in and get some minutes. I think she can provide some relief when we're struggling to get shots in. She might be someone that could help us with that if given the chance. She needs reps just as well as anybody else. Camilla had a very good game yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before. Um, game or season career high 23 points. Her last career high was 22 points against Minnesota last season. It was just nothing. They had nothing for her. Like if you get hurt, all you have to do is get Camilla going early. Give her the ball in the right spot, and she's going to score 95% of the time. Well, according to the stats, she's like a 60% shooter or something like that, or whatever, field goal percentage. But most of the time, get her the ball where she needs it, not by her shin, not over her head, not at the backboard, not while it's two people on her. Like get her the ball at the right time. She's usually going to score, and she's a great passer. As most, if you guys have been watching Camilla, you will see, like if she can't get the shot, she is not selfish. She will pass it out to whoever. If people are cutting, she has the ball. She will get it to them. Um, so it's been good to see Angel. Her shot is struggling a little bit, but she has led the team two out of the 5 games. She's playing a different role, and I think some is rubbing some people the wrong way. But I just want people to understand that um, Angel has to grow, and she has to be allowed the space to do that. And it doesn't help if it's a gang of people on social media calling Tyler everything under the sun, saying that he doesn't like Angel, saying he's trying to sabotage her, saying that they don't want her in Chicago. If they didn't want her in Chicago, they would waive her. Like y'all do get that. Like I just want people to understand that they after they drafted her, if they didn't want her, they can. Her contract is not guaranteed. No rookie contract is guaranteed. They can be waived at any moment, at any time. There, if they didn't want her there, they would waive her. There's no reason to keep her and then sabotage her game. That doesn't even make sense. Angel's one of the most popular people on that team in the city of Chicago as a professional player. Her being successful is you being successful as the Chicago Sky as a business. Um, so her being successful and you trying to help figure that out um, is I feel is a priority or should be a priority for Chicago because that's one of your franchise players. So I don't see when people say they are trying to ruin her um because I just don't see it. I feel like um Angel we Tyler talked about this before the season even started. Angel is more than a post player. He believes Angel has skills well beyond just posting up and shooting, getting a shot in the paint. She can run point. She's really, 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 really good at defense. And Angel herself will tell you in high school, she was the number 2 high school player, the number one wing coming out of high school. She wasn't a post player. She only played post when she went to college because that's what they needed her to do. Angel is a four. And I don't know how many times we have to say this. Angel is a four, meaning let me make myself big. Meaning she is a power forward, not a center. Her job is not to stay inside the post. That's the center's job. Most of the most successful fours, tell me what you see them doing. Asia, Fee, Stewie, Dewana when she was playing well. It's a little bit going on there in Indiana. Satu, Neka Agumake. Like when you think about those players, are those players just posted up in the near the basket, or are they all over the floor? When you think about a Candace Parker, was she just a post up player, or was she all over the floor? And I think that's kind of stunting people's thought process because yes, Angel is and was a successful post player when she was in college. But she has been saying, I want to do more. I want to be that stretch four eventually. And we got to allow her that time to get there. It's not going to be a pretty transition all the time, especially when you have the muscle memory of playing that one position for 4 years, 5, whatever. And now you're kind of taken out of your comfort zone, what you've been known that you can do with that, with your eyes being closed, going back to what it was that you were successful at before. And it's going to look a little different. She needs to be more confident in her shots. She has, she's worked on her ball handling. She's worked on her passes. They're great. We already talked about defense. She gets that ball to Camilla like nobody else can. She sees different things on the floor. She's an amazing player. Only thing that's missing is her offense outside of that post area. And it's there. She just needs to utilize it. And that's what he's having her do. But people, I guess, don't see it that way. They see that, they either see that Camilla is taking her spot, or they have more faith in Camilla than they do in Angel. It's just a bunch of rhetoric that's going around. I don't like it. I don't like the negativity. I don't like the fighting. Every day there's a new battle between a Camilla fan and an Angel fan. And, college was college. I wish we can just leave that alone. They are professional players. And no matter where Angel goes, Angel is going to be a 4. She's not going to be a 5. And especially if she goes to another team like a Phoenix or like an Aces or New York or whatever, she's not going to be able to be posted up as the 5 because that's just not what her position is. She's going to have, if she wants to be, and she does want to be, in the midst of those greats, because the W is a big girls it's a league, big girls league. Most of the MVPs, most of the people that have all the awards, those are 4s and 5s, and they are stretch. They do more than just post up. Angel wants to get there, and I just wish people would allow her to get there. Just allow it. We're 5 games in, 5 games in. And people are like calling for bloody murder of Tyler and Jeff. I ain't mad at Jeff. That part about Jeff, y'all can have Jeff. I'm not rooting for him anyway. But we're 5 games in. We don't know what it's gonna look like at the end. We don't know what the player that Angel is going to be by midseason, end of the season, next season. People have to grow at some point. They can't be stagnant, especially in the game where it's becoming more what they call positionless, where so many players are being able to do so many things. Look at AT. AT is not a point guard, but you know what she is over there in Phoenix? A point guard. And you know what they're doing? Winning. And you know what? She's still successful. It can happen. It's got to take some time for you to be able to. The girl's 23. She's in her second, not even full second season of the W. And people to me, are just doing way too much. It's just, You got to give it time. You got to give it time, dog. I don't know. It's becoming a lot to me. Um, Jeremy says Sky need to prioritize defense. Camilla and Angel need to be the anchors on defense, like on some David Robinson, Tim Duncan shit. You guys need the bigs to dominate the paint on that side. I have to say about Angel. Next question. Hey, Mike, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Where's my little air horn? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jeremy says all the Camilla rhetoric is just idiotic. Speaking of Mike, one Mike history. Y'all, I talked about him before, but if y'all are interested in Black history facts, he gives deep dives about it's so much of our history that we don't know or we don't realize or we haven't been taught anymore. His podcast, also on his TikTok, he gives us facts about different things in Black history, or it should be just American history, really. Y'all should check him out. One Mike History, check him out, please. Tell him I sent you. You're about to make me blush. You're dope, man. You're dope. You know so much. I learned so much just listening to your stuff, watching your TikToks or watching your shorts and stuff that comes out. So Mike is dope. But getting back to the standards, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get on the soapbox, but y'all know how I feel about when people be doing too much about Angel. Like, we gotta let her grow. And it's crazy to me that there are people who are fans or call themselves fans of Angel that don't want her to grow. Everybody wants instant success. But I talk about history. I look at history. And I look at people like Asia. I look at people like Fee. I look at people like Stewie, who have continuously grown their game. The only difference is they didn't have a social media in the way that we have social media now, that everybody and their mom can like dogpile their opinions on somebody, where they're tagging the coach and all this stuff, and then media picks it up and then they repeat it and all this stuff. They were just allowed to grow, make mistakes, do what they needed to do, and move on. Candace Parker came in hot like fire, but she didn't win her first championship till what? How many years in? It wasn't instant. Had the internet, had the Twitter or X or whatever been like it is now back then, y'all would have been calling her a failure. Y'all would have been calling for the coach to be fired and all her teammates to go away and all this other stuff. She was allowed to do what she needed to do, became a GOAT of the game, not only won a championship in LA, she won one in Chicago. Like, we gotta let these people grow. We got to. Asia works on her game every single year, and every single year something is new about her game or something is better or improved about her game. And she was allowed to just grow. Look at her now. She's what, 8 years, 7 years, 8 years into her career. She came in 17, right? No. Yeah, she came in 17. She's 8 years, 8 years into the game. And look at her now. But y'all won't give your fave Angel that same patience and that same grace. Instead, you're thinking someone's hating on her for trying to help her get out of her comfort zone. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm done talking about that. Okay, number 12. Number 12. Dallas Wings. So now this, okay, they're 1-5. They lost their last one, which was against us, right? We play tonight at 7 in a few hours. They have Paige, they have Arike, they have Maddie Segrist, Segrist, am I saying that right? They have Dejanay, they have Liz. They're struggling a little bit, and it's a part of the new team, new coach. And you're trying to figure out where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like last night or the other night, you got Enrique going for 37 points, and they still don't win with that. Shooting threes like it was crazy. We can't defend the three. Chicago cannot. We need to work on our perimeter defense for sure. But nonetheless, they still couldn't win with that 37 points, even with Paige getting shots here and there. By the way, Paige is doing great. Paige is having a great rookie season. These rookies this season, everybody who said they were a snooze fest, these rookies are really doing well. Kiki, I already talked about Kiki, Sony, Paige, Sanaya Rivers. Also, can we get Anissa Morrow some more? I ain't got to Connecticut yet, but can we get Anissa some more minutes, please? Can we do that a little bit, please? But the rookies are doing well. Sarah Ashley Barker, Pow Pow. They're making some headway on their teams. Dominique. But yeah, Paige is doing great. She just needs her team to, continue to gel, continue to work together, figure out what works for them and how they can be successful. And again, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. There are some things that they need to, I'm sure, tweak and work on. And I don't really look at the beginning of the season to be an indicator of what's going to happen. We saw with Indiana. Indiana was like, 0-10, ended up being in the playoffs. You saw Seattle start off hot, and Seattle ended up kind of fizzling out in the end of the season. You saw Washington have a horrible beginning of the season, but they were literally also a game out of the playoffs last season. They got hot near the end of the season. You saw Chicago start off doing well, and then a series of losses, and then people getting hurt left and right. So at the end, there was nobody left to play. So you just never know. You never know. So I don't take, I at least give them 10, 12 games to like really kind of see where I feel like they may be, but that's still early in a 44 game season. Then you got Connecticut, who is also tied for the bottom with 1-5. They won their last one, got their first win of the season. They played, who did they play? Was it Indiana? Yeah, I think they played. Did they play Indiana last night? I think they did because I didn't watch it. Let me see who they. Yeah, they no. Where is it at? Yeah, I was right. Connecticut played against Indiana. And got their first win. But yeah, we need Anissa Morrow. I need her to have more minutes. She came in, got a quick 2 points, got a rebound. The other game she played, she poked the ball away, got some defense, boxed some people out, got a rebound, got a shot, went to the foul line 100% from the free throw. I don't know why she's not getting more minutes. I know she's coming back from a leg injury, but like 2 minutes. 2 minutes in the second quarter, that's all she's getting. We can't do better than that? I'm a little I'm kind of questioning that because I don't want Nice to get the Alyssa Peely treatment or the Nika Mule treatment, where you're just letting them rot on the bench just because I don't understand that. I think they can do better, but again, it's early. So we shall see. We shall see what comes of that. So that is the standings. Again, New York 1, Minnesota 2, Atlanta 3, Phoenix 4, um, Vegas 5, Seattle 6, Washington 7, Valks are 8, Indiana's 9, Sparks are 10, Chicago's 11, Dallas is 12, and Connecticut Sun is 13. So the games we have today, let me see. We only have one game today, and that's the Dallas versus Chicago game, if I'm not mistaken, right? And that's another thing. You got one game on the Saturday when you had all these games last night that I couldn't even keep up with. Where is it at? You had one, two, three, 4 games on last night. One, two, three, 5 games on last night, and one measly game on today. And then tomorrow you got one, two, three, four, 4 games on, and I'm sure they're all on at the same time. Last night we had Connecticut beat Indiana. You had New York beat Washington. You had Vegas beat LA, and then you had the Minnesota Lynx beat Phoenix Mercury. I didn't get to see that game at all. I heard it came down to a last second shot. So I want to see that. I think Natisha Heidemann hit that shot, but I didn't get to watch that game at all. So I might rewatch that today, sometime later on today. And then, of course, Atlanta and Seattle. I got to see the tail end of that one. Atlanta beat Seattle 94-87. Today, we got Chicago Sky versus the Dallas Wings. Again, this is at 7 o'clock. And then tomorrow, here we go. We got a game at 2, Connecticut versus New York. And we have, these are the Commissioner's Cup starts Sunday. So Commissioner's Cup starts Sunday. If you guys don't know what that is, it's kind of like an in-game tournament. I can go and let's look up what it says for Commissioner's Cup if y'all don't know what it is. If I can find information on it. Hold on, I'm gonna come back to it real quick so y'all don't have to watch me look for it. I'm gonna type in Commissioner's Cup. They don't have a good explanation of the Commissioner's Cup, but pretty much what it is that you play, you're going to play a certain amount of games inside the Commissioner's Cup. You're usually playing in your conference. The best record from each conference, East and West, is who's going to go up against each other, if I'm not mistaken, in the championship. The prize pool is $500,000 is awarded to the winning team in the championship game. Portion of the prize pool is allocated to be donated to charity. And it starts June 1st and goes through June 17th. And the championship is on. That don't make sense. Wait, the Commissioner's Cup game will take place between June 1st and June 17th. With the championship being on July 1st? Wait a minute. Is that because of All-Star break? Through the 17th. June 1st through June 17th. Okay. And then you go back to play regular season games? Girl, is that not weird? Wait a minute. This can't be right. The championship game is on July 1st. Hold on. June 29th. That's got to be some misinformation. That don't even make sense. You play from June 1st to June 17th. And then you go back to playing all the regular games. And then you come back and play the championship game on July 1st? That seems weird, but sure. Okay, whatever. Anywho, Commissioner Cup starts on Sunday. And the games are they do count for regular season wins and losses as well, but it's just the best record during this period of time, and those top two teams play each other. Will play each other at the championship game, I guess, whenever that's going to be. So Sunday we got Connecticut versus New York, Phoenix versus LA, Aces versus Seattle, and Lynx versus Valks. So you got one game at 2, two games at 5, and one game at 7:30. That is a central time. Let's see. SC Bread, I didn't even make myself big. SC Bread, she will be a force. Angel is going to be a force, whether y'all like it or not. I'm telling you, whether y'all like it or not. And I hope y'all are still around 2 to 3 years from now so we can have this conversation again. But until then, it is what it is. Let me see a couple of other things going on around the dub. I guess I'm trying to think. I don't think anything super exciting has been going on. I mean, some of the people who I feel like are just having some really good breakout season. Natasha Cloud just got named Player of the Week for the Eastern Conference. That is her first time ever getting that award. And she's been in the league, I think she said 11 years or something like that. And this is her very first time. So even with all her time in Washington and then going to Phoenix, her play here at New York is really shining through. Also, she's on the coming off of the championship. You know, that's the reigning champion, so they get a lot of more attention. But she's playing great. Kiki Iriafen, I mean, she is giving the vets a welcome to the welcome to the league moment. I'm loving to see her like not be scared. Her and Sony are probably two, and I'm not saying that rookies look scared, but they are two of the most natural. Like it was like they were already just supposed to be there. Nothing looks like rookie to me when I'm looking at them as far as playing with Washington. It just seems to flow. Paige is just a natural player. It doesn't seem forced. It doesn't seem like she's bothered. She's not getting rushed. She's not getting like knocked off of anything. Like she's playing her game and is looking good. Sanaya Rivers, like I said, jumped in there and she earned her spot to be a starter. And I'm just waiting on Nice to get her opportunity to play. So super excited for what's gonna occur. Yeah, I did miss 2 weeks. So I my hope is I'll be back next week. I believe it depends on how the games fall. I do want to get a more consistent schedule for you guys so you know when to tune in, that you know I'm gonna drop every Thursday or every Tuesday like I used to do last season. Again, it's because of my work schedule, and now definitely because of this game schedule that I mean, it's a lot to try to schedule around, but I'm going to look at the schedule and see what's the best time for me to be able to do what I do. And I thank y'all for coming through. So if you guys are in here, go ahead and give me the likes. There's not a lot of people in here, so I should be able to have the same amount of likes as I have people in here. I will be back next week with a full show. We're going to talk about news around the dub. We're going to, recap the week. We're going to go over some fashions. And yeah, just talk some women's hoops. So we're going to still have the rookie watch. Have the rookie watch, of course. That's going to be happening as well. So thank y'all for hanging with me on this Saturday. Go have a good time. Be back in time for the game. And I really, really, really hope that my Sky can repeat what they did last game and we can come away with another win, have win number 2 on the season. And I wish all the, like, we need a a healing or some kind of something, some good juju to go around the W to stop all these injuries and things that are happening right now. I think Fee was out with a leg injury. Paige is out on concussion protocol. Raquel was out on concussion protocol. Then she just was not with the team last night for personal reasons. We just got a lot of hurt and some things going on around the league. So hopefully, everybody is healthy for the rest of the season and we can have a good W season. I know CC is out for, I already talked about that, for like 2 weeks with a quad injury. So I'm wishing healing and speedy recoveries to those that are hurt and that we can have a good rest of the season. So that's all I have this week or today. Y'all go enjoy your Saturday. I will talk to y'all next week. Peace out. Go Sky, go Aces.